There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. Yes, it is. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing. Coming, do you really? Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough. Not you. The song of death is sweet and endless. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Canema motor carriage. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, was this not the same Elon that founds empires and lays waste to cities? Virile, uncaring towards the little thing? Probably not. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that, as you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror, behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom. This is bad. Feels like for quite a long, still ongoing. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat. You know what you should do. You should stop the fan and then do it if you want to die. The stabbing pain in your chest is telling you you're hanging by a thread here. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. The lights are off. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's real. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your, more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor. It is too large for a bullet, yet like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now a cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birth. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many.
No.
The young woman, officer, could be an artistic statement, a claim to official renown.
No. You're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. Couldn't say. In truth, so far.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Could it be because of the drink?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She nods.
I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer.
She nods.
Good monologue. Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes. The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least you're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
You sure look like you're from Revachol.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranye, another part of the world.
It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers, they have names. And this is the current one. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. Yeah? There was the usual ruckus. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Austin.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, the disco, a slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on repeat. Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. Don't be. I was going out later anyway. Then, no. It didn't sound like there was a fight. A window was smashed. The tape player probably. The song stopped. And furniture too. A real destructathon. There was. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. The dock workers are pretty cocky. Glad to have been of assistance.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly. And it needs to be heard through a PA system. By other people. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for its prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for its prominent? Who is mistakenly identified? Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for its prominent?